Caught wife cheating after she has been for a month. Hi people, just wanted some advice. We are married for about 2.5 years now, and despite some normal couple arguments etc., it's been really good and I have been blessed to have my wife with me. I have been studying and working hard to be the provider. I don't watch porn or talk to any other women out of respect for my wife. She never asked me to do them either. I noticed she was behaving strangely after we had an argument about not spending enough quality time together. I told her I would do better, it wasn't very bad anyway, so I improved and spent less time procrastinating and being attentive to her needs. She kept doing strange things like hiding her phone more, and having sentimental images of old boyfriends. I initially was a bit taken back when I saw these things, but I wasn't sure and didn't want to be a false accuser. Next couple of weird signs have been finding her without her wedding ring etc. I started to get a big gut feeling about this, and I started reading. Everyone was saying trust your gut. I started being more spy-like and checking phone etc. when she was showering. I found a pic of some dude who was reasonably good looking, and saw her sending the pic to her sister saying he is out of her league. I confronted her about it and she said it was her sister cheating, which I got extremely mad at her sister for. I wanted to contact her boyfriend and tell him, but my wife strangely was very resistant to me saying anything. The next day she fell asleep early and I went through her phone in extreme detail, messages, emails etc. She recently went on a camping trip with her nurse lady friends, all oldies and not party girls. I know them. She said she was gonna stay there an extra night. So anyway, as I went through her phone I found search results for an apartment booking for the same date as the last night of her camping trip. This tipped me over the edge, but I was still hesitant. I saw an email from the hotel thanking her for her stay and saying she forgot some things. This 100% confirmed it in my heart. All the while she has been loving and kind to me. I confronted her and she confessed. Throughout this entire month I asked her if anything was going on and she continued to deny it. While my anxiety and distress grew, I started to think there was something wrong with me for being so suspicious etc. So the dude she cheated with was a high school friend she hasn't seen in years. She said she bumped into him and had coffee with him. Throughout the month she got pictures of him. Then finally started looking at hotels. She told me they never made love, but they spent the night together alone in a hotel spooning. This is what gets me. I just don't believe there wouldn't have been any sex. How do people get in that situation for an entire night and not have sex? We are working things out now and she is extremely repentant and sorry. She said she regretted it immediately, but I don't know how if you plan it for a month. I'm adamant on making this work. She said she cut all ties and will never do it again because she knows it's wrong and has seen how much pain it causes. Doesn't have feelings for him etc. I just want to know what you think of her spending the night with him. Would she keep lying to cover that one fact? She said she didn't want to tell me because she is dead scared of me divorcing her. Adults don't do spooning. She's trying to stop you from leaving her. Why didn't she cut ties before? Also, how likely is it to bump into an old ex? She went out to look for someone and found them. She told you that you weren't spending time together as a way to feel better about what she was going to do or did. I would say leave and don't have kids together because she's gonna do it again and again. Booking a hotel room with some guy she thinks is hot, just for spooning? She is trying to feed you this crap? She has cheated and plans to be sneakier next time. Of course she slept with him and has no remorse. You caught her ahead of time and she still went ahead and cheated. She is remorseful for getting caught, not for sleeping with the other guy. You don't believe me? Ask for her phone and the guy number. Text the guy and tell him this was the most amazing sex I had in a long time. I think I should be able to get away for a weekend next month. Also, her sister and friends know. They are all disgusting. Call the sister boyfriend and inform him that she helped your wife cheat and do the same for her friends. Their partners should be informed. She finally admitted to cheating during our engagement. After years of arguing and denying, my wife of 25 years finally admitted to cheating during our engagement. I always knew that she'd cheated, but since I had no evidence, I needed her to slip up and admit it. Over the last few months she slipped up and I called her out on it. She slipped up during an argument and I asked a question to be sure that I heard her right. She had previously denied having sex with people after we got engaged and admitted to cheating while we were dating drip by drip over 20 years. Her original reason was that she did think that she was lovable and that I would never love her, or she felt that she wasn't worthy of my love. She was not good enough for me. Conversation was like this: "So you had sex with others even though I came home from college to be with you?" "Yes." "So you had sex even though you knew I loved you and asked you to marry me?" "Yes." "You had sex even though you had my ring on your finger?" "Yes." This is the slip up. I then asked again to make sure she had a chance to correct me. Since then she has not denied it. I knew that she was lying, I just needed her to say it. It was likely multiple times with multiple people, because when I say you had sex with other people while we were engaged, she does not interject and say something like, "Wait, it was only once," or "Wait, it was only a few times." I do believe that the guilt has been eating her up inside, and I do feel that she is actually sorry, especially since had she been truthful in the beginning we might have ended our relationship or might have stayed together. And I would have forgiven. I have always had this gut feeling that I needed to push her for the truth. Strange as it is, I feel better now that I know no repeated word intentionally for emphasis. Over the years with her other admissions I have gotten really angry, and perhaps had I reacted differently she would have been more forthcoming. Others on here have suggested that I am being abusive for asking for the truth after so many years. I do not agree. I think that I have a right to know, especially since I asked her before our wedding. I had a right to make an informed decision to forgive her and end our relationship. Know that she has admitted to having sex with others while we were engaged. I do want to know who and when. I would like to know when she actually stopped. My guess is that she was effing around all while I was in college. A few weeks has passed and we have had a few conversations. Mostly because I want her to confess. She has never confessed, rather she has acknowledged that what I said was true. During this time she has not tried to take it back, because I think that she knows that we are beyond that. Now I am confident that it is true. I have continued to repeat that she had sex with multiple people while we were engaged in order to give her a chance to refute. She has not. The tell is that she is not too polite to interrupt me to correct something that I said that was wrong. She does it constantly. I think that she knows that it is finally out. Now that she's finally admitted to having sex with others during our engagement, I am curious about how many times and who these guys were. I won't dare ask, because I know that she has a lot of shame for cheating and lying. Am I an idiot for pushing so hard? We are believers and she calls this unforgiveness. I say that I could not forgive until she admitted all of the cheating. I think that she is afraid of the next questions. How many? Who? When? With her very first admission I was much younger and immature, so I did ask questions about his size, etc. I was 20 years old then, and my wife is the only person that I'd had sex I was a virgin with, so I was trying to figure out why she cheated. I am much older and will not ask about that with these new revelations. I am really trying to make this work because it was so long ago, but the lying is what makes it hard. I don't think she's cheated in the marriage, but I have to be honest with myself. When we got married I knew that she'd cheated once. I forgave that because she still made me feel like she was sorry and being honest, but she still lied about me being her first. Didn't admit that lie until about year 2 of marriage. The therapist says forget about it. I am thinking about finding a different therapist. I am hoping that finally having my wife acknowledge her cheating during the engagement will help me to finally start the healing process. I still love her and I think that she knows that I am a stand-up guy and would not abandon her for this. But I think that has enabled her to keep lying for 25 plus years. Last week I asked if she was relieved after finally telling the truth. She basically blew up, saying that I intentionally asked the question to make her feel bad. I did not, it was a genuine question. So sorry to post about this again. I just need to get it out. Am I an idiot for caring that my wife slept around a lot while we were dating and engaged and lied about it for so long? You've spent 25 years arguing and waiting for her to slip up? 25 years. Why the hell did you put yourself, her and any kids you may have through a quarter century of that? This exactly. I feel so sorry for both of you. What a miserable existence for you, waiting 25 years to get proof of a premarital betrayal and her living with someone for 25 years waiting for her to slip up. I hope both of you experience some peace and happiness, either alone or even together, now that the 25-year-old cat is out of the bag.